Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, subscribing, and commenting on my channel. I really appreciate the support. And of course, if you guys want to support me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon link. The link is in the description below. And of course, you can give me whatever you want, $1, $5, $20 a month, whatever you prefer. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about starting your own YouTube channel. It's weird. I don't know why, but a lot of people send me messages about this particular question. How can I get over the fear of starting a YouTube channel on my own? Because a lot of people want to, but they are unable to because they're afraid of what people are going to think about them, if people are going to make fun of them, if they're going to reject them or not listen to them or things like that. There's a lot of fear of rejection and doubt and anxiety that goes around in all INFJs and all people in general, especially something to do with such a public format, because mostly INFJs like to live in the corner by themselves, behind the scenes. They don't like to be face to face with the different things that are going on in the world. And so YouTube is very different, and I'm surprised that there are so many INFJs who are on YouTube because it is very much a public format. You're out there, you're putting yourself out there, you're not behind the scenes anymore. You're up front and up with and in front of all of these people, especially if you have more and more and more subscribers. It means that you're really getting in front of a lot of different people. So of course, I would say to start small, right? I started very small, and that's how I got over my fear of what are people going to think, what are people going to say, I look like a fool, I don't know what I'm talking about, all those doubts and fears that everyone has when they start doing a YouTube channel. Now, I'm not an expert, I'm just doing this because it's fun for me. And so all the advice I'm giving you is just my own advice, my own personal experience. So of course, if you need more information on how to start a channel and how to get over your fear, go and Google it. I'm not the ultimate source of it, but I do recommend that you start off small. And that's one of the ways I actually got over it. The main thing I did in order to get over my fear of talking in such a format on video, especially because I hated the way I looked, I hated the way I sounded, I hated the stuff I said. There's a lot of self-hate going on at that time. Now there isn't. And I used to censor myself a lot, so I'd stop speaking because I'd like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. But obviously now I don't want to just say whatever comes to my mind. So it's much easier, but also it's not the way that most people would want to do things, right? So again, you have to develop your own style, and that takes a little bit of time. It took me 3 years to get to this point, to develop my style and to figure out what I like to do, how I like to speak. And I'm still learning every single day. Every single time I do a video, I figure out something new about myself, something new that I like, something new I don't like, etc. So it takes a little bit of time, right? And so start slow. And actually, that's the perfect thing about YouTube, is that it takes time to build an audience. And that's what I love about it, is that I started off and I really didn't know anything that I was doing. I started off and I was like, okay, cool. So what am I doing here? And so I did videos. No one listened to the first few. Actually, if you go to my first few videos, I think they were in April 2016, if you'll see that maybe I have 9 views on one or 25 views on other or 0 views on some other, right? So no one really listened to the first few, but it's perfect because it gave me a chance to hone my skills. It gave me a chance to figure out, all right, how do I want to do this? Do I like this or do I like that? Do I want to talk like that? Do I want to take notes and speak from my notes, or do I want to speak from my heart? Or do I want to have a specific topic I want to speak about, or do I want to not have a topic and just speak exactly what comes to my head? And so there's a lot of things I was trying to figure out, and so I started very small, and it was perfect, right? As I said, YouTube kind of, at first I had maybe 10 or 25 subscribers for the longest time, for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, and it took forever for me to kind of get to that first 1,000, and now it's taking a while to get to the first 10,000, etc. So it's so perfect because slowly but surely you get up the ladder, up the mountain of YouTube. And in that process, you learn so much about yourself. One of the reasons why I love doing this is, of course, I get to share some knowledge with you guys and hopefully help you in some way, shape, or form. But mostly, guys, I've told you this before, it's for me. I learned so much, not only from doing these videos, because it kind of really helps me understand my own concepts and my own thinking just by saying it out loud. I'm like, oh, that's what I think. Oh, I see. But not only that, I mean, of course, you guys comment all the time and you send me questions and you send me brilliant analysis all the time that teaches me so much. So that in itself is such a powerful thing for me. And again, just the constant trial and error process of just doing videos, liking what I do. Some videos I love what I did with them. You know, I love what I spoke about and how I spoke and how the video kind of was laid out, and it was perfect. And some videos I'll do and I'm like, oh God, this sucks. I'll still post it because that's my rule for myself, is that I'm not gonna censor myself with anything. If I don't like a video, I'll just still post it. And interestingly enough, I found that the videos that I hate are the ones that do the best. So I don't know what it's about. Perhaps it is the fact that I'm way too vulnerable in some of them. That's why I don't like them. Or the fact that I'm really speaking from the heart. That's why I don't like them. Or the fact that, you know, I'm very open and uncensored and that's why people like it. You know, I have no idea. I really don't know what people like or don't like. I do know what I like to do and what I like to speak about. And so I just keep on doing that. And some people like it, some people stay, some people leave. People will message me all the time saying, you know, I used to like your videos, but I don't like them anymore, so I'm unsubscribing. And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, things happen. People change. I'm changing all the time. You're changing all the time. The environment's changing all the time. So people will like me for a bit and then hate me or love me forever or not love me or hate me forever kind of thing, you know. So things are always changing and this is the way of it. It's the way of life, right? So I never take anything to heart. And I think that's one of the main things that you have to remember as a YouTuber. If you want to get into it, you cannot take anything personally. Nothing that anyone says over there is meant for you. It's their own shit that they're dealing with. If they're being mean to you or trolling you, it's because they don't love themselves, right? And so instead of feeling angry about it or upset, I just feel empathy and sympathy for this person. I feel pity a lot of times for this individual who the only way they can get attention upon themselves is by being mean to someone else in an online format, right? And so I always just feel pity. I always feel empathy and I feel bad for them. Never ever have I felt like, oh my God, this person is horrible and it's a personal attack and I'm terrible because of it, etc. So I always try to look at it from that perspective. It's their issue. You know, they're dealing with something in their life. Probably their wife left them, or their children are misbehaving, or their job is sucky and they're unable to leave because they're stuck in the job, or something's going on with them, and that's why they're putting all their venom and all this hatred into the posts or the comments that they're doing. And what I do with them, I just delete them and I block them. I don't even think about it twice. Even if it's the first time they've commented like this, I'll just delete and block. I don't think about it twice. If you're going to be negative on this channel, I've said this many times, you're going to be deleted and blocked. There's no way that I'm going to listen twice to the person who's being mean to me, especially because I don't have time or space for mental space, or physical space for all this nonsense, right? There's no point. There's a billion, well, I don't know how many, like 7 billion people now, almost 8 billion people, and maybe 80% of them have an internet connection. So really, I don't care if I lose 1, 10, 15, 20, 100 people because of the fact that I blocked them, right? It doesn't really matter because it's not worth it. It's not worth that negative energy into my life, into my soul, into my spirit. I'm doing this out of a good heart, and if someone doesn't see it, then hasta la vista, baby, yeah? So that's the kind of attitude I'd really keep when you're going into this. Do not worry about other people. They're dealing with their own stuff, right? They're not doing this to hurt you. They're dealing with their own traumas and their own insecurities. So let them do that. If they want to say negative things to you, delete it, block them, and don't worry about it again. I don't think about it twice, right? So that's the 2 things I would say to you to start off. Just take it very slow, figure out your style, and just keep on doing videos as much as possible. You're doing this hopefully for yourself and not for subscribers and not for some other monetary compensation, because it's not going to come, right? YouTube doesn't make as much money as people think it does. So you're not going to be able to live on it for a long time to come until you perhaps get to 50, 60,000 subscribers. And so for the first few months, years, probably it has to be a labor of love. It has to be something that you're doing because you just love it so much. You know, you're doing it because it makes you happy and it's something that kind of drives you. And that's why I do it. You know, that's why I get up every morning and do these videos, because it's just so much fun for me. I love it so much. It makes me happy. It gives me joy, and it's just one of the best parts of my day. So that's why I'm doing it, and I'm going to keep on doing it for a long time. And that's why I recommend to you guys as well. Don't think of it like, oh my God, I'm doing it for the subscribers, or I'm doing it for the money. Do it for the love. Do it for the love of the game, okay? Because that's the only way you're going to keep on going for a long period of time. Otherwise, you're going to quit very quickly. The people, and I've noticed this, many people have come into my life who are YouTubers and who have started, but they started for the wrong kind of reasons, and they did not stick with it because they didn't get the money right away, and they're like, but what is this? This is nonsense. I don't have any money coming in. And so they stopped. Or they didn't get enough subscribers, according to the ego that they wanted. They were like, oh, I want 1,000 by 3 months, and I want 10,000 by 5 months, things like that. And it didn't happen. And so they were like, all right, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's not happening as I wished for it to happen. And so they stopped. But the people who really did it because they loved it, they're the ones who are sticking with it, and they're still with me, the ones that started 3 years ago with me. And so that's what I would recommend to you guys. I hope this is useful. I know I didn't give you specific physical tips, but that you can learn online. And there's loads of channels that are telling you how to build an audience and all that. But I would really take these 3 tips as a beginner and just really, really imbibe them into your soul. Does that make sense? Really work with them, because that's the only way you're going to keep on doing YouTube videos unless you really love it. You're not going to do it, okay? I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope that I was able to explain myself to you. Again, if you guys want to support me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon site. The site description and link is in the description below. Oops, that's not what I wanted to say. The link is in the description below. And I shall see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.